All right, here we are again. This is Let's Talk Phys Ed. This is season 3, episode 8, and as you can tell, it looks a little different on our screens tonight because we're joined with some pretty special people in the Let's Talk Phys Ed world. Let's Talk Phys Ed obviously is a show where we get to talk to some of the most influential people in the world of phys ed. My name is Jason Steele. I'm your host. With me as always, Tanner Roos.
Hey, I know you're really excited about the Packers playing today. Mostly excited about their loss that just happened. So, no, I'm not a big Packers fan there, so it was pretty exciting that they didn't win. But let's move on to the good stuff. We've got our wives here today.
Yeah, Mrs.
And they
Steele.
look really excited.
Allison Steele, everybody. Wave for the camera.
Hello.
There she is.
And this is my wife, Trainer Rose.
Hello.
And they are super excited to be on the show. And so we've got some special questions for them. And you ready? You guys ready?
Ready. Absolutely.
Ready as you'll ever be, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Tanner, why don't you go ahead, retell the story of how this whole thing happened, how the whole show started, and kind of how we had to ask permission from our wives.
All right. Well, how about Trinity? Why don't you try to retell our story?
I don't know it. I have no idea.
How did Let's Talk Phys Ed come to be?
I don't know. Somebody came up with a crazy idea and I said, we may as well do it.
All right. Is there any more to that, Allison?
I don't think so. Sounds about right.
That's kind of how it is. Jason comes up with crazy ideas, and I have to think about it for a minute, and then I just do it anyway. But that's kind of the gist of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Crazy.
basically it. The crazy idea they're talking about is I told Tanner at a conference, I said, we need to do a talk show, and we sit on a couch and we drink out of a coffee cup and we talk phys ed with people. And we had to make sure we okayed it with our wives. And I think that's the first thing Tanner said is, I better ask Trina. And then before he asked Trina, he said yes. So I don't
That
think
also happened.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered what she would have said. And I don't think I even asked my wife. I just said, hey, I'm going to do a talk show.
And starting masters at the same time. All right. So the both of you are in education. And, for me, the most annoying thing when I'm teaching is when some kid's got a ball and he's like flipping it in the air or dribbling on the ground, or he drops it and rolls away and he stands up in the middle of me talking and runs over and goes and gets it. So it's like, it just drives me nuts. I can't concentrate. It's a me thing. In your classes, what's the most annoying thing that happens? Tell them what you do first, and then what's your most annoying thing?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm a family consumer science educator. And for those of you that don't know what that stands for, it's like home ec. That's what people know it by usually. I don't know. I don't have angels for students, but I teach sewing. And so I think probably what's super annoying is when the kids are pushing their foot pedal, like pedal to the metal, and it is very loud and obnoxious and not very safe. So that's pretty annoying.
I'm an elementary school counselor, and so I don't have a teaching background, so it's really hard for me to stay focused when students are off task. I get really distracted by that. It doesn't matter what they're doing, but if they're off task, so am I.
All right, very good. Yeah. So kind of staying in line with the annoying portion of the show, what PE stereotypes annoy your husband the most, Trina?
Well, he hates it when it's called gym class. And that comes up quite frequently in our household. That PE is sports. Thinking that PE class is about playing volleyball or just playing games in general. I think that's something he would really hate.
Yeah.
I would second the I'm going to gym class, or my gym teacher is Mr. Steele, or whatever. And then the roll the balls out mentality that some people have. from just seeing what Jason does, they do a lot more than just roll the balls out. So I know that annoys him.
You guys, we must talk about that quite a bit.
I think they're right. So what were you guys' memories of PE as a child? Whether it was like elementary or whether it was as you got a little bit older. What do you guys remember about?
Well, I personally hated PE. Yeah, you're surprised. I hated PE. I still, fitness is not my jam at all. And I remember having to do a bunch of stuff I hated. And I remember trying to do anything I could to participate as little as possible from elementary through college.
Mm-hmm. Ditto. I hated PE. I would always try to stand in the back of the line, so I was the last batter and hope that class got over.
Yeah.
Have to go. I hated it. The only thing that I didn't mind was like the stretching at the beginning or like just the typical jumping jack type stuff, but I'm not competitive whatsoever and did not like PE.
Gymnastics. The gymnastics was fun. That was it.
I would agree. Yeah.
All right. Sorry about it. I don't know.
Jason,
We both ended up with you.
I mean, obviously it's changed a little bit, but yeah, so I don't really know what else to say. Can you name in like 10 seconds as many of your husband's PE Twitter friends as possible?
Jim to line.
No.
Oh!
Oh,
Jim I just got dropped.
nice.
Somebody, I don't know if he's on Twitter though. Deutsch, somebody?
Joe Deutsch gets a shout out. Dr. Deutsch, he'll love this.
The Superman, the guy that likes Superman?
Oh,
Was that Dan or Will?
I think she's talking about Dan because I told Dan I was going to buy him a lunchbox at an antique shop one time, and so that's probably what she's thinking. So she got 3.
He's a big fan.
Yeah, she got 3. That's pretty good.
Do you know anybody?
No.
Do you know how many of my Iowa PE teacher friends?
I don't know anybody's last name.
What about first names?
Jared.
Okay.
Because he's been to your
Jared,
house.
Jason. Is there another Jason?
There is.
There's another. Is there like 3 of one person?
There's like 100 mics.
Right. Yes.
There's 100.
Yes. He always has to tell me, the PE person that I blah, 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 stayed with in Dallas, or the PE person that does this. Oh, yeah, that person. I don't know anybody's name.
I even talked about, we watched something about Home Alone today, and it took place at New Illinois, where Andy Milne and Andy Horn were. So I was like, 2 examples.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, we'll make sure that we shout out on the show tonight, everybody that got a shout out. I'm pretty sure Jim and all of them will be pretty excited that my wife pays attention when I talk sometimes.
Well done. Well done. So besides doing this show, what's the most annoying thing that the 2 of us do?
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, you're constantly communicating back and forth. That's one thing, but that doesn't annoy me so much.
is she talking about the 2 of us?
I think she's just talking about me being on my phone all the time.
Yeah, he's just constantly talking with somebody PE on his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't be shy. It's okay. My feelings aren't going to get hurt. I get made fun of on this show every episode. So what annoys you the most? Remember, it's a kid show.
Mm-hmm.
About you guys together or individually?
I think individually. I think the fans of the show want to hear individually.
Oh, that changes it. I have a whole list of things now.
Wait, I thought there was only one.
Like, why are you holding back? Come on. You guys have been married long enough. There are some things that annoy you.
Tanner holds his eye like this all the time. I don't know why. He also takes big, deep breaths in through his nose when he's thinking of what to say.
Now I'm not to watch.
Jason snores really loud.
Oh, man.
Did I snore in Tampa, Tanner?
I don't know. It was so late when we went to bed. I crashed right away.
He would sleep through it anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
I do
Wow.
not sleep.
That's another thing that annoys me is that when he decides he's going to sleep, he closes his eyes and he's sleeping. Not me.
No, not
I'm
here.
more jealous, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's it. You guys don't. Come on. There's got to be more that annoys you.
Oh.
Like, this is your chance right now. Get it out on
You put your dishes by the sink and not in the dishwasher. That's annoying.
like literally put them on the countertop right above the dishwasher.
Do you at
know
least rinse them off?
It drives her bonkers. I think that's why I do it.
Mm-hmm.
He wears tennis shoes all the time. It doesn't matter what we're doing. Like, I had to work really hard to convince him to get a nice pair of shoes.
I feel like now they're starting to get comfortable and open up. Maybe now's the time to ask another question, Tanner.
All right, my turn. How about how glad are you that social media didn't exist when you were like a teenager?
Oh, gosh.
Like, how would that have been for you too?
Well, I teach at a middle school, and it's pretty bad. I mean, the kids are negatively influenced by it a lot. I think just comparing and bullying, and I don't know, it would have not been good. I'm very thankful.
Yeah, it would have been really bad for me. Really, really bad. I would have never gotten a job, I'm sure. It would have been really bad. I'm the wild one out of the two of us, well, when we were younger.
No, responsible Tanner, no way. Literally, like, we have an 8 o'clock session and he's shaking me at 6:45. Get up! Wake up!
Earlier than that, I wouldn't have waited until 6:45.
So, there you go. I'm like, dude, I'm not getting up till 7:40. Okay. Okay, real quick. What does OPEN stand for?
Online Physical Education Network.
Oh,
I didn't
It's
On
good.
his shirt.
I didn't see
Oh,
it.
wait. I have an open account to access the curriculum. Ooh, that's pretty good, right?
That is.
I don't think Allison does.
I do not. Nope.
She will after tonight.
All right.
Well, there's a lot of open and SEL crossover, so
Yes.
it's
very-
useful for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what does ND shape stand for?
North Dakota. What's the S?
Does start with an S.
Something. Health.
There is an H in it for health.
Activity.
Physical
Athlete. Athletic.
Association.
Association. Something. Health Association. Physical education.
There's yes, but
Very
they spell
close.
shape SHAPE.
What's the S?
Actually, I wasn't listening to the order she sent it in. Sorry, I was. All right, how about Iowa AFERD? What does IAFERD stand for? I'll give you a hint.
But it's not spelled it's not spelled right.
It's spelled IAHPERD. What does it stand for?
Iowa.
Yes.
HP.
Yes.
Health. Physical. Education.
Yes.
EERD. No.
Yep. You got the PE part now, the RD.
Recreation and dance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. I like it. All right. Husband versus wife. Trina and Tanner, you're going first. Here we go. What you got to do here on this one You got to raise your hand if you think it's you. You got to point if you think it's your significant other. Okay? Husband versus wife. Here we go. Who is messier?
Not even close.
Who is a better driver? Okay.
No, he drives like an old grandpa.
What would you expect?
He drives so slow that it's not safe.
Ooh, you're one of those, Tanner.
Yeah.
I haven't been given a speeding ticket since I've known her.
He has a nickname, the safety man. Safety man.
Safety man.
Because he follows all the rules.
Safety man. Who could do the other person's job better?
Me, I think.
Why?
I can wing it.
You could just roll the ball out?
I think that with the boys being involved in sports, like I can coach them a little bit. I know things about sports-ish stuff. I just can't do them. He doesn't know anything about what I do at all.
The safety man doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, he doesn't.
No, I wouldn't. How about you two? Of the two of you, who would do the other one's job better?
Oh,
You can't teach sewing?
You can't teach PE?
He could not teach do my job, no.
Jason, the other day I saw on Facebook that they were cooking. I think it was around there's some type of a dessert. Did you guys make like Christmas cookies or something?
Mm-hmm.
You post. How would those have turned out if you made them, Jason?
Oh, phenomenal.
He could actually, he's good at the cooking. He wouldn't clean up. It would be a disaster afterwards, but he could teach the cooking probably.
Well, I wouldn't have to clean. It would be the kids' job. I could teach them how to.
exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Who does your dog like better?
Which dog?
Yeah, which dog?
Horse dog.
Horse dog?
Me.
Me.
For sure, me.
Me.
I feed him. I pick up his poops so he doesn't eat them.
He loves his poop. Why would he want you to pick it up?
I take him on walks. I get up at 6.
But he comes to my bed first. My
Yeah.
side of the bed first.
But you don't wake up.
So,
All right. Okay, last one. Who is the better cook?
neither of us.
It's got to be her then.
I didn't even eat my own dinner that I made tonight, so I can't say me.
She did not.
All right. We can't hear you. I don't know.
Did I mute?
Yeah, you were on mute or something.
What?
Now you're good. You're good.
Oh,
Now you're
you
good.
can we'll just edit that part out.
Speaking in a microphone, Tanner.
I don't know where the
Where is it?
microphone is.
Is that it? No, that's an extra camera. All right. We're going to say that she's better at that.
Not.
Have you guys ever thought about doing a Let's Talk Phys Ed show, but in your content area? So in family and consumer science or in counseling?
I haven't.
I've tried to get her on Twitter sharing what she does in facts, and she won't.
No, I wouldn't, because counselors like to talk a lot and it would be way too long.
There's someone that does it for facts, but I can't think of her name right now. I don't know if it's like a talk show, but it's something similar.
Cool.
Sorry.
The show just got really boring.
Sorry.
No, it wasn't. This.
Let's make fun of Jason again.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We answered that question. See, we don't have our questions on our normal computer because our wives could see it right now. Did we miss any?
Well, I was kind of looking forward to like your husband versus wife battle questions for us.
All right.
Oh yeah, we skipped that.
All right, I'll get the rest of them.
I was.
So
See how
you guys,
honest my wife will be.
all right, you guys have a dog too. What's your dog's name?
We have two.
We have two.
You have two. And who do they like better?
Our son. They don't like us. No.
Out of the two of us, though, it's me,
All right.
and I don't like them.
I've heard you say that
Oh.
before.
The one, yeah. So that's why they like me better.
That's sad.
Yeah, whatever.
We assume that you are messier, Jason, but
Why?
let's go ahead and confirm it. Which one of the two of you is messier? What? For real?
It depends.
Listen,
It depends.
let's go. I will prove it for two ways. We'll go look at my truck and her van, and then we'll go look at my side of the sink and her side of the sink.
We can do that too, I suppose.
Fair.
Although in the winter, I don't think it's real fair because it doesn't get cleaned in the winter.
Well, and in her defense, even though I won that battle, she does have the kids more in her van and they are messier. However, like every cubby, I think she read somewhere they're designed to hold as much garbage as possible. And then once they're full, then you throw it all away.
Karina, how long have you had your car?
I don't know, forever.
So she's had it for well over a decade. She finally got a trash can this year.
I can feel that my wife is mad at me now because I told everybody that she's messier than me.
That's right. Everybody knew you were messier. Hey, when Jason and I go away to we went to Shape Tampa last year for a week or so. What do you guys do when we're gone? Like, you guys party? Do you guys hang out, watch a lot of movies? Do you guys just wait for us to get home? What do you guys do when we're gone?
Take care of the kids.
Same old thing. Watch girly movies that I can't watch when he's home.
Totally could. I just am not going to watch them with you.
Yeah.
That's all.
And he hogs the TV, so I get to watch what I want.
I hog the TV. We have 5 TVs in our house,
Mm-hmm.
but I hog them all.
Yeah.
Then you do all the battle questions.
No, you only asked them like 2.
I know. Which one of you is the better driver, though? We didn't ask you that one.
I am the opposite of Tanner. I am not Dr. Careful.
It was Mr. Safe.
Mr. Safe, whatever.
That's a great nickname.
Dr. Careful.
Dr. Careful. I am usually yelling at pretty much everybody else driving.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you get pulled over the first time we met? Didn't you get pulled over on the way to the hotel? And going to Sioux Falls in January?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you did.
Oh.
It was
Pulled over for what?
for driving a little bit too quick.
I don't think
that's
that.
okay.
I don't think.
Yeah,
that I
on one of
did.
your trips, you got a ticket, I believe.
I
Yes.
got it. I got pulled over when we went to.
A soccer trip
When
you
we
did.
went on a soccer trip, I got pulled over.
Yeah, and that was in South Dakota.
That was in South Dakota.
I was thinking it was maybe you got a warning or something.
No, I pulled over on the side of the road because the hood deflector on the front of my truck flew up off of the hood of my truck and smacked my windshield. That's why I pulled over. That might be what you guys are thinking of.
Oh, I'll
Maybe.
change the story.
What else you got, Tanner? Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
they're not in order, so I've got to find. Okay, when you guys are driving down the road and you see somebody exercising, whether at a park or jogging or riding a bike or something, like what are your initial thoughts? Like for me, I critique the person. I look at them, I'm like, they can do that different. They can do that different. You just see somebody driving, right? Like, what's your reaction when you see somebody going for a jog or playing basketball? you notice them at all? Is it just a person?
Are you asking me or just my wife?
Anybody?
No, I'm not much of, I'm like, hey, good for that person. They're jogging or riding bike. Like, usually better than I am, probably, so.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I definitely critique their running, and I'm not a runner at all.
Yeah, I don't think I would critique anyone's running because at least they're out running. I'm not much of a runner, so. I don't know. That's just me. Let's see. What else we got? We got I don't know if I have any other questions.
All right. What is one of Jason's biggest strengths as a phys ed teacher?
Oh boy.
There's so many of them. It's hard to think of just one.
I don't know. I think he's got a lot of passion for what he does, and it definitely shows. You know, and when you bring that to your job or your place of work, you know, the kids feed off of that. And I've watched him teach a couple of times, and it's pretty cool.
Well, that was nice.
That's nice. Trina, same question.
I would say just the planning aspect of being able to take a new idea and then all of a sudden it's incorporated into every lesson, and you know, thinking ahead about all the different what ifs and how to improve it next time and all the different techniques that he's using. I'm learning as a new teacher counselor myself. I get to learn from him on some different things that I can try too. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. Well,
So earlier we talked, I got one more. Unless
okay.
you got one.
No, I was going to bring it to an end.
No, you got one more. So earlier we talked about the phys ed stereotypes that drive us nuts. What are some in your content area that maybe drive you nuts or that you are annoyed about, even just a little, that people have for your content?
Boys don't.
You already asked this question.
No.
No, to them, not to about us.
Oh.
Yeah, in our content area.
Not yours specifically, Jason. We did ask that question.
Yeah, so for me, you know, that boys can't be emotional, or that the word emotional means a negative thing, and that boys don't cry.
That's interesting because mine is a gender thing too, but a lot of times people think that boys cannot be a good cook or boys cannot enjoy sewing. Boys should not take a parenting class, and really boys should do all of those things. So
100%. Absolutely. So that was kind of fun.
Are we too boring?
Nope, that was fun.
Nope.
I think people are going to like this one because, you know, as far as I'm concerned, there are a lot of things that Tanner and I get to do. And if it wasn't for the two of you backing us up on all of our, well, my crazy ideas that I make Tanner do, but our ideas that we do and being away from home and presenting and doing different things with the physical education community. If it wasn't for the two of you, you know, we wouldn't be able to do that, and we wouldn't be able to have this show, and we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the fun things that we are able to do. So obviously, thank you two so much for being there for us and helping us along the way. And I was told that we can't ask how to get in contact. She said, you know, I don't have a Twitter handle, I don't have a website or anything like that. And so you can't ask that at the end. So if anybody has a question for my wife or Trina, Tanner's wife, you can get in contact with us and we will for sure let you know the answer. So kind of a special edition episode of Let's Talk Phys Ed tonight. Thank you for watching if you were out there watching. As always, I'm Jason Steele, and with me as always,
I am Tanner Roos. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Allison, Trina, thank you too also.
Bye-bye.
All righty. See ya.
See you.